The president sees the border wall as a way to protect our country, but according to one political pundit on another channel, it deserves a different purpose.
This wall that the president wants is a monument to white nationalism. Anybody who agrees to give any money to this wall is foolish. And by the way, as I have said all along, Donald Trump said that Mexico was going to pay for the wall. So unless he gets a check from Lopez Obrador, I don't see why Democrats have any reason to have a conversation with him.
But our next guest says this is completely false, that he's wrong. His name is Hector Garza. He's a Hispanic Border Patrol agent and the vice president of National Border Patrol Council and a guest on our show often. He joins us now to explain why he thinks that political pundit is wrong. That pundit said that the wall is a monument to white nationalism. What do you say?
Well, Border Patrol agents are the ones that are asking for that physical barrier, that border wall. Over 51% of our Border Patrol agent workforce are Hispanics, and we support the wall. We support President Trump, and that's just absolutely false, that this is a monument for white nationalism.
You don't follow that. Let me ask you about this. The White House Budget Director, Russell Vought, sent a letter to congressional leaders, and it detailed, and we went through the list earlier, everything that the White House wants at this point. And Hector, one of the things was $5.7 billion for the construction of a steel barrier on the southwest border. What's important here is they're now calling it a steel barrier and not a big concrete wall. Does that bother you, or is a steel barrier okay for you?
So we already have steel barrier, and something that President Trump did during his administration is that they actually tested a number of different walls, physical barriers, to include that type of steel fencing. We've been replacing a lot of wall along the border, which is physical barriers. For us, it doesn't bother us what they want to call it. They can call it a wall, they can call it a levee wall, they can call it steel barriers. That doesn't matter to Border Patrol agents. As Border Patrol agents, we need a physical barrier out there so that we can protect our country, so that we can keep American people safe, and so that we can keep our Border Patrol agents safe as well.
Agent Garza, I know there's 16 different sectors, and each sector was asked to submit their recommendations to the president and to his team to determine how to move forward. What did all 16 recommend the wall?
Yes, the majority of the sectors did recommend some type of physical barrier. Some of those sectors also recommended that they upgrade the existing physical barriers that they have in their sectors. We know that we also conducted surveys of our Border Patrol agents, and two of the major sectors, they overwhelmingly supported the wall in order to secure the border. Now, the border wall, the physical barriers, it's just one factor of the border security package. We do know that by building a border wall, a physical barrier, we will have additional infrastructure. We'll have access roads to properly secure the border, additional lighting, additional sensors, and all those things that are needed to secure the border.
Agent Garza, obviously right now we're at the stage in Washington where it's all politics to try to figure out if Congress is going to give the president the money to build some sort of a structure. But at the same time, it's very personal for you and members of the Border Patrol because you're not getting paid. How much of an impact is not getting paid putting on you and your family?
So it's definitely going to affect all of us, all Border Patrol agents. It's going to affect all federal employees. But we believe that our Congress should fund the border wall. For some reason, these people don't want to fund the border wall. They don't want to provide funding for $5.7 billion for something that is needed. And because of that, our congressional leaders need to make sure that they pass this funding, because a lot of people are going to be hurting at the end of the day, and it's going to fall on the Democrats.
But, Mr. Garza, Nancy Pelosi says a wall is immoral. It's an immorality.
Well, what's an immorality is the drugs that are coming across and killing our people here in the United States. What's also an immorality is all the people that are being victimized by the drug cartels because we're pretty much incentivizing for them to come to this country illegally. We need to make sure that we discourage illegal immigration. And for us as Border Patrol agents, we get assaulted on a daily basis. Yeah. We get rocked by aliens. We get shot at by those Mexican drug cartels, and we need help.
Agent Garza, thanks for coming on, and stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.